Huffington Post did some superb investigative reporting on the substance Kratom, which the government is poised to crack down on. Take a look at this and then we'll discuss.
I was diagnosed with degenerative disc disease in 2000. And at 28 years old, my doctor gave me an option to either have spinal surgery and risk paralysis or begin a regimen of opiate narcotics to help combat the pain. So I looked for a natural remedy, a natural pain relief, and Kratom came up.
We know that kratom is a plant that contains mitragynine, so it partially turns on this one receptor in your brain, which is the same receptor that's turned on by morphine and heroin. Yet it seems to be much safer in the way that it activates that receptor, so it avoids side effects like respiratory depression, which is what was responsible in 2014 for the deaths of 28,000 people from opioid overdose, both prescriptions and illicit drugs, versus only one death potentially related to kratom use directly.
Everybody's taking it for pain management or anti-anxiety or antidepressant. They will all be put in a position where we're going to have to choose between being in pain or becoming a criminal.
I was involved in a hit and run. Car hit me and pretty much left me to die. I completely ripped open my head and have complete nerve damage in my spine. So I just did whatever the doctor said. Whatever they pushed down my throat, I took. And then, as time progressed, it just felt like it wasn't like I wanted to take them, I had to take them. If it wasn't for Kratom, I probably wouldn't be here today, to be honest with you. Because I was pretty much at the point, I was pretty much dead. I had nothing left to live for at that point.
Bottom line is DEA is a drug enforcement agency. They go after drugs, not herbs. And if you take away this herb, people are going to go back to drugs. A lot of people are going to suffer. People are going to die. That's the bottom line. The bottom line, people are going to die if you take away Kratom.
So my ultimate goal from studying Kratom is to develop new, safer opioid pain relievers that can replace the ones that we have on the market, like oxycodone, hydrocodone. But as a scientist, I try to be as objective as possible and not overstate the promise of Kratom. We just don't know that much about the plant yet. And of course, if it's in Schedule 1, historically, that greatly limits the ability to do research on it.
Since I started taking Kratom, since I had gotten off of the pain pills, my life has basically opened up dramatically. I got a new job. I'm building a friendship up with my sister that I haven't had in a long time. I'm not lazy anymore. I don't want to isolate myself. I want to go out. I want to be out of the house.
I can't imagine life without it. I never ever thought that I would be fighting for a tea leaf. I never thought that I would be having this conversation.
If Kratom helps people live a better way of life, why take it away from them? Why take away something that's saving their life?
So, listen, man, we have this substance. You can't overdose on it. And it gives people relief from pain, gives people relief from anxiety, gives people a substance that can get them off of the pills that they can't overdose on. It's wins across the board. And then I've discussed it before. I take Kratom. I take it because it helps me focus. So, you work to produce a show and to do a show and all the work that gets involved with it and the Justice Democrat stuff, and there's a lot going on. It's hard to stay focused for really, long days, 12-hour days. So I take Kratom. It helps me focus. Helps me focus reading these long articles and stuff, and I've used it for a while. It's a supplement to me. I've never had any problems. But what the government is doing, specifically the state government of Georgia and now the federal government, is they're trying to say, "Oh, we have a death associated with it." But every time you dig into the details, no, the people who die who have some Kratom in their system, across the board, they have like 3 or 4 other drugs in their system. So they're blaming the Kratom because they want to use this as a mask to ban it. Now, why would they want to ban it? Well, when Kratom use goes up, what goes down? Big Pharma profits because the sales of the opiate and opioid pills go down. Here we go. So now the government's trying to take it away, trying to crack down, and I say, hell no. Keep your fucking hands off our Kratom. It is saving lives. And if you take it away, people will literally die. There's no question about it.